The city lights blur, but for Chen Hao, the only light that matters is the harsh fluorescent glow of this 24-hour convenience store. Night after night, he stocks shelves, mops floors, and watches the clock tick by. Every dollar earned, every minute worked, is for his little sister, Mei, whose medical bills are piling up like mountains. The city sleeps, but his worries never do. Tonight feels different. The air is heavy, the silence outside broken only by the distant wail of a siren. The bell on the door jingles, and an old woman, her face a roadmap of wrinkles, shuffles in. She moves slowly, leaning heavily on a carved wooden cane. She picks up a bottle of milk, her hands trembling as she places it on the counter. Just as Chen Hao is about to ring her up, the door bursts open. Two figures in ski masks storm in, one waving a crowbar, the other a knife. "Empty the register, now," the first one barks, his voice muffled by the mask. The old woman gasps, stumbling backward. The second man grabs her, his blade glinting under the store lights. "And you, Grandma, hand over that purse." Something snaps inside Chen Hao. He's tired. He's broke, but he won't let this happen. He grabs the nearest thing a hot coffee pot and flings it. The scalding liquid hits the first robber's arm, making him scream and drop the crowbar. Chen Hao vaults over the counter, kicking the crowbar away. He tackles the second man, wrestling him away from the terrified old woman. It's a desperate, clumsy fight, fueled by adrenaline and fear, but it's enough. Sirens blare closer. The robbers panic, scramble out the door, and vanish into the night. Panting, Chen Hao helps the old woman to her feet. "Are you all right, ma'am?" She looks at him, her eyes sharp and clear, betraying no fear. "I am, thanks to you, young man." She reaches into her worn coat and pulls out not a purse, but a thick, leather-bound ledger. It looks ancient, its pages yellowed with age. "This is for you," she says, her voice steady and firm. "You have a good heart. This will help you protect what you love." Before Chen Hao can protest, she presses it into his hands, turns, and walks out, disappearing as mysteriously as she appeared. Back in his tiny apartment, curiosity gets the better of him. He opens the ledger. It's not filled with old accounts or diary entries. It's a living map of the city's wealth. Lines of golden light connect people, companies, and hidden assets. He sees a small, failing tech startup on the verge of being bought out by a corporate giant, a secret deal that would make its stock price skyrocket. He sees a real estate mogul secretly buying up derelict properties through shell companies, right where the new high-speed rail line is planned. This isn't just a book, it's a treasure map of money. The next day, Chen Hao takes a leap of faith. He pools together his meager savings, everything he has, and invests it all in that tiny tech startup the ledger pointed to. It feels insane, reckless. His friends call him crazy. For a week, nothing happens. Doubt gnaws at him. Did he just throw away his sister's future on a hallucination? Then, the news breaks. Titan Corp announces a surprise acquisition of the startup. Its stock price doesn't just climb, it explodes, shooting up by over 3,000%. Chen Hao's small investment multiplies overnight. He stares at the numbers on his screen, his heart pounding in his chest. It's real. The ledger is real. He has enough to cover May's surgery, and more. For the first time in years, he feels a glimmer of hope. With his newfound capital, Chen Hao becomes a ghost in the market. Guided by the ledger, he makes a series of small, precise investments, 100 here, 1,000 there. He buys shares in an overlooked logistics company just before it lands a massive government contract. He invests in a pharmaceutical lab moments before they announce a breakthrough drug. Each move is a whisper, a ripple in the vast ocean of the city's economy. But these ripples are starting to converge. His success doesn't go unnoticed. On the top floor of a skyscraper overlooking the city, a man known only as the Serpent watches the market fluctuations on a wall of screens. He's a financial predator, a shark who built his empire by devouring the weak. He sees these impossible, perfectly timed trades. They're too accurate, too predictive. It's not skill, it's something else. "Find him," he hisses to his subordinates. "Find this ghost who is playing in my garden. I want to know who they are, and I want what they have." The hunt begins. Chen Hao feels the pressure mounting. Strange cars start parking outside his building. His phone calls have an odd echo. he's being watched. One night, returning from the hospital after visiting MEI, he's ambushed in an alley. Two men in sharp suits corner him. "Mr. Chen," the leader says with a cold smile, "our employer is very interested in your investment strategy. He'd like a private consultation." Chen Hao knows this isn't a request. He uses his knowledge of the back alleys, honed by years of late night shifts, to make a run for it. A thrilling chase ensues through the neon-drenched streets, across rooftops, and through crowded night markets. He barely escapes, his heart hammering against his ribs. The game has changed. This is no longer just about making money, it's about survival. He realizes he can't fight a financial empire with small trades alone, he needs to go on the offensive. The ledger shows him the serpent's greatest weakness, a network of illegal operations and leveraged debt hidden behind a fortress of shell corporations. It's a house of cards, but a very, very big one. Exposing it would be financial war. Chen Hao begins his counterattack. He uses his growing wealth to create his own network, recruiting disillusioned financial analysts and tech wizards who were burned by the serpent's ruthless tactics. They work in secret, from hidden locations, communicating through encrypted channels. They become his digital army. They start leaking anonymous tips to financial regulators, creating diversions, and strategically buying up key assets to disrupt the serpent's supply lines. The battle escalates. The serpent, enraged, retaliates with brute force. He targets Chen Hao's life, sending assassins after him. The conflict spills from the stock market into the physical world. One evening, an attack is launched not at him, but at the hospital where MEI is recovering. The serpent is trying to break him by targeting his sister. That's the final line crossed. Chen Hao, guided by the ledger, orchestrates his final move. It's a high-stakes gamble that could either destroy the serpent or bankrupt himself. He coordinates a massive, synchronized short sell on the serpent's flagship company, while simultaneously leaking irrefutable proof of his crimes to every major news outlet and regulatory body. The market opens, and chaos erupts. The serpent's company stock plummets, his creditors call in their loans. His empire, built on fear and fraud, begins to crumble in real time. On his wall of screens, the serpent watches his life's work turn to red, a sea of financial ruin. He screams in fury as police and federal agents storm his office. It's over. In the aftermath, the city's financial landscape is reshaped. Chen Hao, the boy from the convenience store, is now a legend, the graveyard shift tycoon. He uses his wealth to establish a foundation for underprivileged children needing medical care, ensuring no one has to go through what he and his sister did. He stands with a recovered MEI on a balcony overlooking the city. The ledger lies on the table, its golden lines still glowing. He has won, but he knows the ledger's power comes with a price. New lines are already forming on its pages, new powers are stirring in the shadows, and he knows this is just the beginning of his journey. The world of money is vast, and he is now one of its masters. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more.